Welcome to 1884 Homestead Channel, where we learn to grow and preserve food to live more sustainably. Here I'm making 2 loaves of sourdough bread. The first process, I'm mixing in the sourdough starter, water, and flour. This first step is to autolyze the bread. This just helps with gluten development, and fermentation begins. I like to wait to add the salt about 30 minutes to an hour later. Salt does hinder fermentation a little bit, so I try to wait. You can add salt in during the autolyzing process. I've done that before in the past and everything has seemed to turn out fine. So I'm just kind of experimenting a little bit to see what kind of outcomes it produces. Mixing in the salt really good, I think, is important. This is one of the first stretch and folds I do. I go around the bowl quite a bit and pick up what I can and help that gluten develop a little bit better. Getting it nice and firm, easier to handle. This is after the bulk fermentation. So I wait for the dough to rise about 30%. I have waited for the dough to double in size before, but every time I've done that, it seems to be overproofed. So I find that about 30% rise is a good sweet spot. Getting as much of the dough out of the bowl. Now this dough that I make is a lower hydration, so that's about, in my eyes, a 75-80% hydration level. I think just this allows the dough to be a little easier to handle. And in the end, it makes the dough a little bit more tight. I've heard that higher hydration makes the crumb have a little bit more holes in it. You'll see at the end of what I mean too, if you're not familiar with what a crumb looks like. Here I'm just trying to shape best I can. I'm still learning on shaping techniques. What I like to do is I try to make it in a nice tight ball. If I can get it that way, then I'm happy. I think it keeps the shape nice. Try to keep it even. I drag it across the table so that the bottom seam can be sealed nicely. I do use all-purpose flour to dust on the surface. I know that some people don't like to do this, but I prefer it. I think it's a little easier to have the workability of the dough. And a little bit on top so it doesn't stick on the banneton. And that's what it looks like. Of course, I have to score it, so this is after a cold fermentation. I'm in the fridge for about 12 hours. Just a square score is all I like. Now, this is an oven that's about 30 years old, so it goes to show you don't need any fancy equipment to make good bread. And that's just a pizza stone and some parchment paper. It's not shown, but I do have a thing of water in there for steam. And here's what they look like. Of course, in front of our beautiful backyard. It's a gorgeous Wisconsin fall evening. And here we have the cross section here. Like I said, it's a lower hydration bread, so the crumb isn't as big. It's pretty small, but we love it and we go through a bunch. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.